belt replacement for the ERC 58 through 110. Airxchange cassettes are marked with unique serial numbers that can be entered into Airxchange's online parts lookup program to identify parts and access exploded views of the product. The unique serial number can be found on the product label in the pulley corner of each cassette. Access to Airxchange's online parts lookup tool can be reached at airxchange.com/service. The procedure shown in this demonstration requires nut drivers, an Allen wrench set, a hammer, a punch, an emery cloth, a socket set and ratchet, a 3/4 inch wrench, a 2-jaw bearing puller, an 11/16 inch wrench, anti-seize, a flat bar, a mallet, cable ties, and duct tape. To begin, shut the power off to the unit and gain access to the Airxchange wheel. If possible, slide the Airxchange wheel out of the unit for ease of access to serviceable components. Remove the bearing cover plate. Loosen the set screw and remove the locking collar. Using an Allen wrench, loosen the set screw, then use a drift pin and hammer to knock the locking collar free. The pulley side is counterclockwise to loosen. The motor side is clockwise to loosen. Clean the shaft. The set screw from the locking collar leaves a burr on the shaft. Use an emery cloth or fine grit sandpaper to clean the shaft. Remove the retaining nuts. For an ERC 58 through 74, remove the 2 retaining nuts and washers. For the ERC 81 through 110, remove the 4 retaining nuts, washers, and bolts. Remove the bearing. Use a 2-jaw bearing puller to remove the bearing. Be sure that the jaws of the bearing puller grab onto the back of the bearing housing and not the beam. Remove the center hub seal assembly. Remove the 2 screws that hold the seal assembly in place. This will allow for better access to the back side of the beam. Slip the belt through the hole in the beam and around the shaft. Feed the belt behind the beam through the hole and around the shaft. At this point, the belt is now around the shaft and the reinstallation of the bearing can take place. Apply anti-seize and reinstall the bearing. The bearing housing has either 1 or 2 alignment holes based on the model. Be sure the alignment holes line up with the existing holes in the beam. Reinstall the retaining nuts. For the ERC 58 through 74, reinstall the 2 retaining nuts and washers. Do not fully tighten. For the ERC 81 through 110, reinstall the 4 retaining nuts, washers, and bolts. Do not fully tighten. Insert and set the alignment pins. Using a drift pin and hammer, drive the alignment pins into the beam. Try moving the wheel rim slightly in order to line up the alignment holes. Be sure the pins protrude through the back side of the beam metal. Tighten all retaining hardware completely. Reinstall the locking collar and tighten the set screw. The pulley side is clockwise to tighten. The motor side is counterclockwise to tighten. Reinstall the bearing cover plate. Remove 2 opposing segments. Using a screwdriver or flat bar, open 2 adjacent retainer latches. Remove 2 adjacent retainer bars. For series 58 through 86, remove 2 opposing segments. For series 92 to 110, remove 2 opposing outer segments. Make sure to close both retainer latches, then rotate the wheel and repeat this step. Cable tie and duct tape the belt to the rim. Slowly rotate the wheel clockwise until the belt reappears, approximately half a turn. Be sure to guide the belt onto the rim, preventing any twisting or binding. Apply duct tape at each spoke to help hold the belt secure on the rim of the wheel. Install the slack belt onto the pulley and tensioner. Rotate the wheel clockwise, walking the belt onto the rim of the wheel. Take care that the belt feeds onto the wheel. Remove the duct tape and cable ties after the belt is fully installed. Replace segments. Rotate the wheel by hand several times. Check that the belt is tracking properly. Adjust the pulley as needed. For more information, contact Airxchange or go to airxchange.com/service.